All right, I know like everyone's kind of like confused at the moment. Yes, we lost Jiaming. So we're supposed to have like 3 people here, but because at the backstage we were talking about AI, and then so very last minute we want to do spontaneous because they think I will ask a lot of more human questions about AI so we can get through to from AI basic to decentralized. At first, you have to introduce yourself a little bit.
Sorry, I'm used to panels where everyone shares one mic, so this is very refreshing. So hello everyone, this is Jackie from thirdlyr. I'm based in Singapore, so those of you who are from Singapore,
Ooh. Right.
It's okay, it's 5 o'clock, I understand. So thirdlyr, we're building a new financial infrastructure. As its name suggests, it's a L3 on Arbitrum, and our first application is a cross-border payments application for maritime and shipping industry. It's completely unrelated to what this panel is all about, and the reason for that is because I came from AI. I had a PhD in AI back in Singapore, and the organizers thought it would be a good opportunity for me to talk about it. Over to you.
Thanks, Jackie. So, hi everyone. My name is Danny from Pundi AI and Pundi AI. So, we are sort of like a dinosaur in last era. So we started as since 2017 as a payment system, decentralized payment system, and then we launched our own L1 called FunctionX, and we decided to pivot from our L1 to AI, the decentralized AI. And what we do is a data layer. So we do AI data training data sets, annotations, and erasing and formatting. So we allow our users to contribute their data on chain and then contribute to several AI data models. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for having me. My name is Ming Wen from thirdlyr. My last name is kind of a Web3 native name, right, Wen. So thirdlyr is a decentralized identity project. So we try to leverage the soulbound token and on-chain data to let our users store their personal information on a we call it as a tree matrix, which is a hexadecimal format, and we turn users' trait into a vector so that it is easy to help a machine communicate with human. So our ultimate goal is to make this soulbound token as a human node and try to link the nodes together to build a human-centered network. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, because I just asked some questions at the backstage about like what is AI, and I gave so many scenarios, and they all rejected me that that's not AI. So I'm quite surprised. So you have to explain it to everyone because I feel like probably a lot of people don't understand this, but like we think it is AI, but it's not. So what is AI for you guys?
Over to me. Oh wow, so nice of you. Okay, so I mean, okay, OpenAI has actually drawn this diagram saying that every AI has like 5 stages. So first of all, it's the GPT, like the generative AI, right? So if you ask something, then they will give you a feedback. Then after that, then there's an AI agent who can actually helps you to do stuff like ordering coffee, you know, whatever. And then the third stage will be reasoner. So for example, today, Taipei weather is dropped from 20 degrees to 10 degrees. So the reasoner, the AI can actually rationalize it. Why is the temperature drop? Like, you know, all this thing. Then the fourth will be the innovators. So they will start to innovate new stuff like new scientific discovery or new medicines. And the fifth stage will be organization. So they will sort of like, you know, control or rather to do it like organization way. So our boss will no longer be a human, but will be an AI entity. So, I mean, but for us, the AI has to have their own self-rationalizations mechanics to understand what's going on and to able to do or conduct or implement decisions by its own with its own resources and rationalizations. So, yeah, AI is something artificial intelligence, but right now all the AI agents, what we saw is just implementation or rather executions machine. So that's my understanding, or rather that's my personal view.
Okay, can we continue this for one question? Because we were trying to ask about, I say, okay, about the weather part. I say, today is cold. It's because the temperature dropped 10 degrees. So, and I asked him, am I a good AI? Am I qualified for AI?
Yeah, which is no in my personal opinion, right? I think, yeah, someone can answer from there.
Yeah, I came to build upon that question whether that action itself is considered an AI, what an AI would do. The answer is of course no, right? I guess, maybe take a step back, right, up to what AI is. To me, when I explained it to my students when I was a professor back then, the answer to what AI is very simple. An AI is something that approximates RI. What's RI? Real intelligence, right? So in that respect, with respect to the weather, right, like let's say the temperature went down 10 degrees, it's not enough to say what it is. AI can say what it is, but true AI will be able to explain why the temperature went down. There has to be some kind of reasoning behind understanding, hey, okay, is it because it looked at a map of the weather and saw that actually cold winds were moving across the country, thereby leading to a lower in the temperature? That sort of thing, right? It's actually one step above in the reasoning.
Okay, then I deep down for this. The weather drops like from 10 degrees from the map or the weather forecast. And for you guys, it's like the AI should be qualified AI will be like, give you the decision, like, okay, so now it drops 10 degrees. It's super cold today, so you should wear more jackets. Will that be a qualified AI for you guys?
So a AI model could be trained by the historical data. So we will figure out the patterns, like a certain degree, make what kind of weather happen. So according to the previous data and the previous pattern, the system could be like an expert system and give you suggestions to, to about your course suggestions. Yeah.
So, I mean, to add on that is not only to predict, and not only go through the past, like the statistics, but also able to forecast like what's really going on. I think that will be, I mean, because all this, like the recommendations, like advising how should I go through this winter, is not something what an AI should do. But instead, they should do a forecast, like in the next 5 days, what we're going to do. Then what should we do?
Wow. And what about the organizer? So this is part like the organizer that you are saying, like the 4 or 5 stage, the last stage, that they can help you to predict everything and give you like a solution package.
Some things like that. Organization would be like a company. So at the end of the day, is an AI will be running a company. Like, okay, I don't know whether you guys seen this movie called Biohazard, a video game. I like it. It's like there's a entity called Red Umbrella, some things like that.
Red Queen.
Yeah, Red Queen.
Red Queen. So I think to build on what he said, well, if you guys live as long as we have, you would have watched the first Biohazard where the Red Queen took over the entire company and was running it from the inside. So that's kind of like the final stage of how it works. Even made decisions on behalf of the company, right, as to, spoiler alert, right, whether to eliminate them or not. So that's the kind of the top level of AI at the top.
But it doesn't sound very good now because it sounds really scary because she made the decision to destroy everything.
Yeah, let's not go there for now.
So that's why I think why we are here to prevent that happen. So we introduce decentralized AI.
Yep.
Right. So we try not to let the mega AI to control everything. So we set a privacy boundaries. We set a safety measurements to protect us from being controlled. Because at the end of the day, or rather in the next 10 years, I think 70% of the job, like what we do right now, probably they will be taken by or replacing by AI.
Yeah. I mean, now's also a very good time to seg into what decentralized AI is, because we've talked about briefly what AI is, and I would like our panelists to kind of like talk about what decentralized AI means in your context of work.
Yeah.
I think in this panel, it will be good if we talk about decentralized AI is AI plus blockchain. It's much communicable. But in conceptual level, decentralized means a lot of structures. For example, we can have a different data resources from different channel, or the sharing computing structures, like some compute power is performed on cloud, the others is performed in users' edge side, like their cell phone. So this is all different kind of decentralized the definition. So we think about apply the blockchain benefit to see how those, like smart contract or smart wallet, can help to help a better AI network to come up, like to be another part of centralized AI. Yeah.
Yeah. So my understanding of decentralized AI is, okay, we just happen to leverage on blockchain technology, like what Ming said. Decentralized is a modular way. So we try to scatter the resources, not rely on one point, but we rely on like several other like decentralized points that's going on. So for us, is we are trying to segregated the elements, or rather the manufacturing factors, production factors of AI. So we see that there are four major components of AI. First of all is electricity, which I don't think can be decentralized, no way. Secondly will be model, which is developed by those rocket scientists, which is a bit hard to be decentralized as well. The third one will be the GPU, which in my opinion is not really suitable or feasible to use it for LLM models, because that will require a lot of bandwidth, which is not cost effective. And fourth one, which is the AI training data set, which I think, or rather which we think is the only elements that can be decentralized. So our way of decentralized AI is we try to make it, some part of it will be decentralized, which because of the cost effective measurement. Then the data part, which is the data ownership, or rather privacy part, should be decentralized. Right.
Okay, I have a different aspect of this. Yeah. Okay, so when we say about decentralized, it's like give the rights back to every human. But when you talk about AI, for like normal people will think about we have to get the data to it. So it's like we proactive to feed AI data. But decentralized is also like give the right to people to feed whatever it is. So it's kind of like, is it like conflict, or it's supposed to be like helpful for this training?
Yeah. So that's a very good question that I was hoping you guys would be able to answer. Since, for example, in the context of Pundi AI, right, you guys use decentralization as a way to feed data into the AI. So to summarize, in the decentralized AI, right, who bears the responsibility of putting in like proper data and whatnot?
Right. So in our cases, so I think we have a pretty interesting angle from seeing AI agents, or rather the AI rationale. So we're actually seeing AI as a public goods. So that's what we think from the structures we actually build on this rationale is a public good. So anyone can contribute. Anyone use Wikipedia, by the way? Everyone knows what is Wikipedia, right? So that's what we think, like when we create a channel, or rather a so-called annotation, so everyone can contribute it. Like whether it's right or wrong, like because there will be a constant peer review thingy. So we just keep adding it, and then let the training, the data train for itself, and then go further again. So, and then we think data is something that makes the AI more trustworthy or more efficient. So that's how we see things from the very first beginning.
Yeah, I think it depends on the goal of the model. So the model, the system have their goal, like to make prediction or to recommendation. So what kind of data will be helpful for the model training? Then who can provide a high quality data to help model training? So if someone qualified to provide data, they can own the data contributor. If not, they don't have such kind of experience, they will be not recommend to be select to data contributor.
Okay, makes sense. I mean, ultimately in training an AI, right, the fear is that garbage in, garbage out, right? Which also means that if we decentralize things, it becomes a lot more, there's a lot of risk. But I really like Dr. Danny's example of Wikipedia because there's this sort of self-correcting mechanism within the community in a decentralized system. Because I remember last time when I tried to add stupid things to a Wikipedia entry, right, when I refresh it, someone reverted it and changed it. And I think that's kind of like the dynamic that we're going for here in decentralized AI's data training. So I got questions for our dear panelists. That is, so right now, right, what do you think is the first decentralized AI application that can be seen as the killer app? I know it's a bit early in the cycle, but in your opinion, what do you think it is that, it's the killer app?
Okay, first of all, I need to make it clear, there's no, don't curse me, but for me, right now, there's no such called AI agent on blockchain yet. I mean, even though people might buying some AI agents tokens, on whatever chain or wherever. So, you can blame me, but I'm really not a supporter. But so I think in the near future might be something like what a Wikipedia or rather the collective wisdom AI agents will appear, or that will be in the next 3 months or 6 months. I think so. So I firmly believe so. But the thing is that right now what we try to do is try to let everyone knows what can they do for the AI. So that's why we be publishing this AI data annotation platforms to let everyone who participated. Not only because you guys can really contribute the data, claim the ownership, but also to share your effort and the contributions to AI. AI is not something like very far away from our capability and capacity. It's not. So we want to spread it out and to let our community to understand what is the real AI agent, what is not, and what can you do, and what can you contribute to this, and then benefit from it. That's, I think, the next thing, or rather, the next killer app to sort of like let people to explore AI.
I think it will be good to see a personal AI agent, not the AI agent for general purpose, because AI is designed good for providing a hyper-personalization experience. So as we know, we face it difficult to like mass adoption from Web 2 to Web 3, bring more users to onboard to Web 3. So if there is a personal agent that will understand your preference and have a part of your authority to access or to sign such smart contracts, the agents might work for you automatically, and to prevent a lot of the Web 2 users' non-familiar interactions.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm reminded of bots that's able to crawl through your entire chat history and then turn itself and train itself to be a, AI version of you. Are you thinking along those lines?
Yeah, in fact, I'm building the second me, like by using all these, the tools. Like, for example, I'm pretty fascinated with this tools called NodeLM by Google. It was fantastic. Google should pay me for the advertisement, by the way, but it's fantastic. Yeah, so we are creating all this thing, and then I think, but the issue is really like, they know my preference. They even know like I only drink coffee with milk, right? All this like very preference thingy, like personal preference thingy. So the thing is that, do I really want to let those agents knows my preference, or really? I mean, do I really need to let them know my like addresses, my personal information? That would be the second thing that I should be thinking about. I mean, I don't want to sacrifice for the efficiencies over my privacy. So I think that's something we should think about it.
Yeah, I think we are on the same page, because Twin3 is kind of a mirror you, and we try to let users aggregate their personal information without privacy concern from like physical level, their social interaction, and their digital experience, and even their spiritual soul. So by combining those data and transfer less data into a vector, which is a scale, only show the relative level. So it not upload all of your the raw data of your personal information on-chain, but we provide a middle level. So hope it's helpful for machine to understand the part of you that you like to share.
Okay, thank you for that. I also want to ask something about liability in systems, right? So for example, in centralized system, for example, if OpenAI has, not OpenAI, let's talk about Gemini. Not too long ago, Gemini, a user was using Gemini, and what happened was that eventually, right, Gemini, the output told the user to go and die, like literally, right? In that case, we can point at Gemini and say, hey, what's wrong with you? And then we can also point towards Google and say, hey, Google, why do you do this? Now, in decentralized AI, I believe that because the model is now decentralized, who bears the liability for such outputs?
Wow, that's a very, very tough question. So, from a legal perspective, right? So, everyone, I mean, even a DAO, you guys know, right? If not even a DAO, I mean, in recent, I think, 2 weeks ago, yeah, that's a from Nevada, I think it's from state of Nevada, right? So they rule that even a DAO, you are a DAO, right? You still need to bear liabilities of that if anything happens. So if that belongs to the foundations or whoever the protocol like has it. I mean, according to the current legal framework, and to be fair, like the DAO structures isn't when it comes to like criminal charges, it's not a shield for everyone. So from a legal perspective, of course, it is the case. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a management issues. It's dependent on how the ability that the model trainer give to the model to interact with the users, or we need to set some constraint to prevent some unpredictable part. So like the big giants like Google, they have a brand reputation, so they can take the responsibility. Like the open source machine learning model like Llama from Meta, I think open source community, they also took the responsibilities. But a decentralized AI, it should fund from some protocol or foundation, right? So either the management from the foundation or DAO should take the responsibilities.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one more thing, if I may, is I think it's an education issue as well. Like, you can't just believe in what AI said. I mean, this is something, as long as, and some more, like, Gemini wasn't asked you to pay for it. So it's not a paid service, so you can't rely on that. So, yeah, somehow this is an education issue. You don't 100% trust. Yeah.
No, but I get it. I chose this tricky question because it's really a tricky question. It navigates across technological and legal frameworks, right? So, yeah, it's a spicy one.
It is.
So, I'm also quite mindful of the time, so we can go maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then we can wrap it up, right? So, we prepared quite a few questions, but I think for me, I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist as well. So, I was hoping that you guys can share with us in the future, how does success look like, and what could cause this success to not be a success? Like, how do you think it will feel? How do you think it will feel?
Right, Ming.
In the future, in a world where DAI is successful, why, and how do you see it? Like, what's the future? How does that future look like?
I think in my philosophy, we are not developing system of DAI to replace the centralized AI, because both of the system, they have pros and cons. So if we still use the centralized AI, their benefit is computing power, their data resources include many kind of resources. But decentralized AI, their benefit is, I think, is data transparency, data ownership, give much higher the right to humans. So maybe we can set the DAI as the management level, and it can fully controlled by human, and the operation level could be the centralized AI, which help to achieve those machine goals for helping doing our task or increase the quality of life.
Yeah, I actually strongly agree with what Meng said. So, okay, we're not going to replace DI with AI. That's not going to be. So, because they are doing their own factors and jobs, right? So, you can't really let, let's say, Pfizer to use decentralized. It's just not practical, right? So they spend billions of dollars to develop new medicines, right? So they need to make sure the data is like protected, right? They need to make sure all the data, or rather all the benefits will be stayed within the entity. So this kind of things, this just cannot be shared, right? And then cannot be revealed as well. And then they need to be patent. But some kind of stuff like a personalized AI, like my AI own agent, so right, I think this kind of stuff is my personal stuff, but that doesn't cost a lot of money for the GPU, computing power, whatever. I think this kind of like smaller stuff and is more privacy protected side stuff. I think the decentralized AI might be able to help it. I think at the end of the day, decentralized AI, I think will be used for our own data protections needs. Like if I want to plug into a medical like database, so I can ask my personalized AI agents to share the data with someone else. Then we can use it to do penetrated or to the larger medical systems or whatever database. So I think this kind of stuff. I mean, the AI, decentralized AI, centralized AI, they have their own pro and cons, but at the end of the day is what kind of like efficiencies and privacies that we want to choose, and which side should we lean against it. And at the end of the day, I think both sectors will blossom, right?
Yep, absolutely. I think the narrative is that the two of them are complementary, not so much mutually exclusive, right? Yeah.
And what's your ideal AI life?
Actually, ideal AI life. So for me, in my past life, I was also a trained biomedical researcher. So I completely empathize with whatever Dr. Danny said, right? There are certain things that we should keep, but there are also certain things that we're happy and able to give away to like centralized AI systems. So in the future, I see a balance between both and a more educated group of people where they understand what kind of information are they giving up whenever they do whatever online, right? I also look forward to my own AI waifu, right? Trained on data that I find from decentralized marketplaces.
Right.
So, okay, I think we don't have much time left, but I would like our panelists to, in 1 minute, say something to convince that DAI is the future, or rather has a future.
What won't be the red queen to destroy
No red
us?
queen, no red queen.
No red queen.
Okay.
Say something quick to our skeptics in the audience.
Okay, sure. So my, I said like in 1,000 times already. So when I first in crypto in 2017, we were doing payment, remember, right? Pundi AI. So back then we have 6 million users globally. And right now we have 600 million globally users who are using crypto to do transmitting, like doing the payments. So at 2024, we pivot Function X to Pundi AI. We are actually seeing the same thing. We are super early. So the data, the high quality data is still not be able to compete it and fit into the market. And that's why we think this is a good opportunity, just like what we seen payment, cryptocurrency payment in 2017. So I'm not shilling you, but to join this revolution together.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the AI plus Web3 narrative is just a start and attract a lot of people attention here. So, but most of the big AI companies, they do performance-based or business revenue-based AI, which means they like something like make weapons to pull their product to the market. But for decentralized AI, it will be good someone together to build like a shield. We protect human rights and to prevent the uncertain things that people worry about in maybe 10 years later, AI do something bad for human. So try to leave the last key on human, and we still own the right to control the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, I love it that our
Yeah.
panelists stuck to the 1 minute. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And let me to join very last minute to ask a lot of like questions to you guys.
Yeah.
No,
So
yeah, we really enjoyed. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for staying all the way.
Thank you.